and welcome back. Today I'm continuing with my collection series. Today I'm doing the first drawer of my purples, 1 out of 2. So this is actually my second time recording this. The first time I did it, it was just way too long. So I'm going to try to speed through these a lot more quickly so that the video isn't 40 minutes. Okay, so first let me start with 5 polishes that I had actually, the first time I recorded this, I came across these polishes and they were all pink. And I was very disappointed because a lot of these I've only worn once and they've already had faded so much that they were pink. And then after I recorded the video, I ended up frankening them. So I added purple, some of them I added blue, whatever I could do to get them to be purple again and as close to what they used to be as I could. So the first one, this one actually I didn't have in my purple drawers. It was already in my pink because this one faded years and years and years ago, and I'm never going to get back to the way it was. But this is Virago Varnish Laguna. It was the most beautiful pale purple, like bleached neon, and it was gorgeous. And I wore it once and it faded to pink. And then I kept trying to add, you can see here, see how it's a little bit two-toned? That's actually the shade it is now. It's hard when you're frankening to get the whole bottle to look like that because it kind of sticks to the side. So it still looks pink, but on the nails it is more purple. The ones that I frankened, I don't have new swatches yet, and I probably won't before I upload this. The next one, I was very disappointed about this one. This one was Zoya's Birch. This one used to be the most beautiful, soft, interesting purple, and then it was very pink. So I added, I forget what I added. Some, like I said, some of them I added purple, some of them I added indigo or blue. It's closer to what it used to be. I don't know until I actually swatched on my nails. I swatched on my nail wheel. Similar to what it used to be, but it's not the same, which this is disappointing because I haven't even had Birch for a long time. Anyways, this was very pink before I frankened it. Okay, and then we have China Glaze. That's Shore Bright. This one was very pink. It used to be a bright purple, not quite like neon, but just a bright purple. And I used to wear this on the toes all the time. And so now it's not quite what it was. Obviously, I haven't gotten the brightness to what it used to be, but it is more of like an orchid now, not like a purpley leaning orchid and not so pink. Okay, then we have Emily Damali Microstructure. This one you can kind of see there how pink it had turned. So I tried to make it more purple. It is a little more purple, but it's kind of more like a subdued purple. I might end up trying to franken that one again to see if I can change it a little bit more. And then we have Essie's Go Ginza. This one had really faded to just a very pale pink, and it was just not my vibe at all. And so I added a lot of either, like I said, either purple or maybe like an indigo, and now it's more purple. So I'll have to swatch all these eventually and see if I like them better than, at least better than the pink. All right, so I'm gonna try not to talk too much on each polish because, like I said, I don't want this video to be so long. First we have Night Owl Lacquer Winter Magic, a beautiful pale purple cream. Night Owl's cream formulas are really nice. Okay, then we have China Glaze Change Your Altitude, a really pretty, soft, almost taupe. A very gray taupe, leaning more gray than purple. Then we have Polish for Days Echo, beautiful, love this one. Those gorgeous flakies, so pretty. Okay, then we have Simple Colors Violet Riot. Now, without knowing the name, I would have said this is Leaning Orchid, but I guess this is Violet. Really pretty, nice formula on that one. Then we have Orly's Hillside Hideout. It's a pretty kind of like dusty, rosy mauve. It's got that beautiful gold shimmer. And I always say, excuse me, I always say at the beginning of each video that these are all polishes that I've worn. All my untrieds are kept in separate drawers. Okay, then we have KB Shimmer I'm Smitten, one of my favorite KB Shimmers. I love this one. It's just the most beautiful, soft, pale purple, and it's got that gorgeous, like green, orange flash. And then it's got little teeny tiny, I'm trying to see if they're flakes or if they're just little glitters. I think they're tiny, tiny hollow flakes. It's hard to tell. They're so tiny and dainty, but really beautiful. I love this one. Okay, then we have Kale Polish St. Clair. It's a beautiful, soft periwinkle. You'll see I have a ton of these types of shades, periwinkles, and then I have a ton of kind of like orchidy violet polishes. but really beautiful. Love the form on this one. Kale, before they went out of business, they had beautiful, beautiful creams. Okay, then we have Essie Baguette Me Not. This one looks like it's starting to lean kind of pink too. Actually, I don't even know. I'll have to pull up my swatch to see if this is even close to what it used to be. I think this one might have faded as well. So maybe I should have frankened that one too. Then you have Zoya's Caitlin. This is a beautiful kind of like dusty gray purple. So pretty. Love this one. Really interesting polish. Okay, then we have Polish Saint Glinda. I wore this a couple months ago as a twin mani with Lisa. I hadn't worn this in years and years. This is one of the first polish that I ever purchased. This one, and there was like a pumpkin one that I had purchased. The only two I had purchased, and then I didn't purchase from them for years and years. And then a couple years ago I purchased from them again, and then I stopped purchasing from them again. But anyways, this was pretty and I like it. I'll hold on to it. I might declutter it in the future, but for now I'm happy with it. Okay, then we have Zoya's Stevie, one of their gorgeous pixie dusts. I used to have almost all of their pixie dust, at least from a few years ago, the ones that they had up until then. And I decluttered a bunch of them a couple years ago because I just am not into like textured glittered polishes. Now I'm slowly getting into, I mean, I wouldn't say I love like full on glitter polishes, but I'm getting into them more. So I'm happy that I had kept some of the ones. I kept the ones that were my favorite, and this was one of them. Okay, then we have Painted Polish Rainbow Reef. This is an old polish, love it. Beautiful formula still, haven't had to thin this out at all. Painted Polish has really nice, like dainty crowleys with the tiny micro glitters. Really nice formulas. Okay, then we have LA Colors, what is this called? Ever After. This is definitely a sheer ethereal polish. You can use this as a topper, or you can do like 3 thin coats, and it's still going to be kind of like see-through. It's never going to be fully opaque unless you use undies. Okay, then we have KB Shimmer Soul What. I think this was the original one that they did where they had these kind of like orangey green flakies that they then started putting in everything. They have the Soul Blue, they have the Soul Amazing Topper, which I love. I've used that so many times. I'm pretty sure this was the original one. Okay, then we have Dolish Polish I Choose Violence, when they're little minis. It's got pretty little flakies in that. Okay, then we have LA Colors Candy Cloud. Not really sure how I feel about this. This is kind of frosty. If I don't get around to wearing this again in the next probably like year or two, I'll probably declutter this in the future because it is kind of frosty, and I mean I like shimmer, but it's a little more on the frosty side. Okay, then we have Essie's Playdate. I feel like this used to be a deeper purple as well, and it's kind of faded to like a soft orchid violet. I feel like this used to be a deeper purple. I have to look and see what my swatches look like. But I feel like it might have had like a lot more blue purple to it. Okay, then we have China Glaze Head to Taupe, a really nice taupe. Love this one. Kind of similar to, where'd it go? Change Your Altitude, but you can see it's got a lot more purple to it. It's darker, obviously. Actually looks very brown compared to this one. This one looks very gray, and this one looks very brown. I'm guessing they probably change colors too. Then we have 90 S'more Hollow. This is from her very first collection when she used to have the hollow letters instead of just the sticker. It's a nice kind of taupey hollow. Okay, then we have OPI's Lucky Lucky Lavender. Never understood why this is called Lucky Lucky Lavender, but it's a beautiful polish. It has a really nice formula. Okay, then we have Color Club Can You Dig It? Really pretty, kind of like a dusty rose. Okay, then we have Cuticula's Blankets and Chill. It's a really nice, soft, almost taupey purple, and it's got those pretty little pink flakies. Okay, then we have a polish that I frankened, and this is actually one of my favorite frankens I've ever done. This is Zoya's. It used to be Miley. It was a very sheer polish that no matter how many coats we did, it was never going to be opaque and it was slightly streaky. And so I frankened to add a bunch of glitters. And now this is Miley Frankenstein. Or what I call it? I think I call it Miley Frankenstein. Franken-Miley Stein, that's what I called it. Really, really pretty. I like this one. Actually, I should bust this out and wear it this spring. Okay, let me just grab a bunch. I have like a bunch of these kind of like orchidy pinks. Let me see. All right, so the first one is Zoya's Perry. You can see they're kind of like in the same family. And then we have Orly's Scenic Route. This one I'm pretty sure has faded quite a bit. This is definitely a lot brighter and it's faded. Then we have Orly's Kaleidoscope Eyes. I love this one. This is so gorgeous. It's definitely one of my favorite Orly's. Okay, then we have Savina, which I got on either Head to Toe or 88 Beauty. I think 88 Beauty. This is called Purple Hologram. This is really pretty. It's like a very soft purple and it's got tons of holographic glitter. Really, really pretty. It was only like, I think $2. Okay, then we have Koki's London Fog. Beautiful, kind of like a taupe. Beautiful, beautiful. These Kokis have really nice formulas. Okay, then we have Tonic Polish Light Allure. I got this one from Maisha last year in that little mini swap that we did. So pretty, look at that. Beautiful. I think this is one of the original ones where they had the purple base with the blue shimmer. That is very popular now. Okay, then we have Salon Perfect Berry Freeze from their Dippin' Dot collection. I love the entire collection. Now this one looks blue, but when you put it with blues, it looks purple. It's like a periwinkle, but it's very interesting. I love it. See how they're different tones, and I just really love the entire Dippin' Dot collection. Okay, then we have Cuticula's Great Fairy. Beautiful, beautiful purple with those gold flakes. Okay, then we have OPI's Frenchie Likes to Kiss. Not my favorite polish. I'll probably decolor this in the future, but I want to at least wear it one more time. But this would probably be good undies under like a fairy stamping maybe. Okay, then we have Zoya's Easton. It's a really pretty dusty, almost taupe again. I have kind of a handful of these kind of like taupey polishes too. Really pretty, really nice formulas. Zoya's creams pretty much all have nice formulas. Okay, then we have Orly's Blue Iris. Love this one again. This is another one that I absolutely love. These are some of my top Orly's. The Kaleidoscope Eyes and this Blue Iris is just so beautiful. Again, it's kind of like a periwinkle, but it's different. Like all the periwinkles that I have, because I love them, but they're all slightly different and they're all just beautiful. Okay, here's another kind of soft periwinkle-ish polish, although this one is a lot more subdued and not quite, doesn't have as much purple in it. This one is, or as much blue in it, I guess. This one is Emerson. I love this one. This is so, so pretty. I think this one is maybe starting to fade too, but so pretty. Okay, then we have Glam Polish Always Be a Unicorn. Got this one a few years ago. Very pretty. I like Glam Polish's glitter mixes. They're so pretty. They have really interesting color mixes. Okay, then we have Color Club Right On. I used to wear this on my toes all the time before I had so many polishes. It's been a while since I've worn this one, but this is really fun on the toes. Looks like this one might have changed a little bit too. I think it used to be a smidge more purple and now it's leaning more pink. That's the problem with purples, they all fade to pink. Okay, I have two of these Holy Chick by Color Club and they're both different. So the first one, I think this is the original one that I had, Holy Chick. Love, love, love this. And then I saw at Marshall's, you know, they have those 7-piece boxes, and I got 2 of them, and all the ones I had labels on them. I've heard that none of them have labels, but both boxes of mine had labels. And so I knew when I first saw this that it was Holy Chick, but I thought it felt different, slightly different, and they are. So this one is more of a soft purple, and this one is a lot more blue. Very different, and I'm definitely keeping them both. I don't know if this has faded, and I'm just not quite remembering it to be this deep, or like this shade, but either way, they're both beautiful and I love them both. So maybe eventually this one is gonna fade and look like this, and if that ever happens, then I'll get rid of one of them. But for now, I like them both. Okay, then we have Essie's, one of their Expressies. This one is Virtual Velocity, really pretty purple, and it's got tons of that silver glitter. Really pretty, look at that. Love that one. Okay, then we have another Expressie. This one is Throw It On. It's kind of like a dusty, not quite mauve, like just a dusty purpley, I don't know, maybe leaning mauve. Really pretty. These Expressies have beautiful formulas. They're almost all of them are almost one coaters. Okay, then we have Color Club's Puchilicious. Really pretty, like that one. Really nice formula on that one. Then we have Zoya's, another kind of like orchidy shade. This one is Lois. I guess they're calling these, would you call these more violet or orchid? I always call these types of colors kind of like on the orchid spectrum. But this one is called Violet Riot, so now it's got me confused again on my colors. I always feel like I have a good grasp on the colors, and then I mix them up and forget. Okay, then we have LA Colors Purple Passion. These LA Colors have nice formulas. They're good. They're only like $1, but their brushes suck. They're like short, squat, and fat, and they're really fluffy, so they like splay out, and it's kind of hard to paint with them. But the formulas are really nice. And unfortunately, the brushes are so squat, like the bottles are so squat that you can't really replace the brushes either. So then we have Rogue Lacquer's Afternoon Tea. Really pretty, look at that. Pretty, look at those flakies. Okay, then we have Bluebird Lacquer Best Budgies. I got this January Hella Handmade Creations last year. This one turned out to be a lot icier than I realized. Like some pictures didn't really make it look quite so icy, and so I was on the fence about getting this, and I ended up getting it, and it is pretty. Like that flash is beautiful, but on the nails it's just a little bit too icy. So next time I wear this, I'll probably wear this over a darker pair of undies just to see if it can brighten it up, you know, like deepen it up. And if not, then I'll probably declutter this in the future. Even though it's beautiful, it's just not my shade. Okay, then we have OPI Polywant Lacquer. Pretty shade. I wore this last year. I did a twin with Nicole. It had been a few years since I'd worn this. I remember really liking Polywant Lacquer. It was like one of my favorite OPIs from a few years ago. And then when I twinned with Nicole, I don't remember the formula being so bad. This was 3-coater. It was still slightly streaked after 3 coats. I don't remember it being like that, so I wonder if the formula changed on this. But I remember it being a lot smoother and more of just a nice cream, but this one just had a terrible, terrible formula. Okay, then we have Simple Colors Hella Bright. Really pretty, nice and bright. This one I'm pretty sure I wore on my toes when I wore that one. Okay, then we have Orly's For the First Time. They have beautiful neons. Their neons are so good. However, their neons do fade. At least they're purples. They're purple neons. Well, purple in general, neon purples are notorious for fading. And then you have KB Shimmer's Weeby Jammin'. This is an oldie, an old polish. This is a very sheer, kind of ethereal type polish. Definitely need like 3 coats to get this opaque, or you could use undies. But this is so pretty. Look at that shimmer. That kind of like glass fleck shimmer. So, so pretty. KB Shimmer doesn't really do polishes like this anymore. Now they're heavily into reflective glitters. Okay, then we have another pixie dust. This is Zoya's Tilly. This one's kind of leaning icy as well. I don't know why I kept this one. It is very icy. I don't usually gravitate towards these types of like icy colors, but I kept it for a reason. I should wear this one again. It's been a while since I've worn my pixie dust. Okay, then we have Polish Haunted Crescent. I got this one from Nicole in a swap we did. I think it was in 2020 when we did that swap. Purple and a beautiful kind of like turquoisey aqua flakies. Turquoise and purple are one of my favorite combos. I have so many of these kind of purpley, anything with a combination of turquoise and purple, whether it's the base is turquoise and the flakes glitters are purple, or the opposite. I just love them, and I have so many of them. Okay, this is one of my very favorite China glazes. This is Boho Blues. This one is a classic. It's one of my favorite kind of, again, periwinkle type polishes. but they're all different. Like you can see these three, they each have a different tone, different shade and different undertones, and they're all just so pretty. But boho blues, if you don't have, you should definitely get it. Okay, then we have Butter London's Sprague. Beautiful, like a dusty grayish purple, or like a bluish purple. Really, really pretty. Okay, then we have Emily Damali Savvy Trinket. Look at that, so pretty. Emily Damali has the most beautiful, like shifting polishes with gorgeous shimmers in them. So pretty. Okay, then we have Blush Lacquer's Snowsuit. Beautiful, soft purple hollow. It's leaning a little bit pink, but it's still definitely purple. It's kind of almost leaning like taupe, kind of in the taupey family. Okay, then we have KB Shimmers Cats and Pajamas. Got this one during December 2020 Rewind. December 2020 PPU, the year that everything sucked, and then everyone spent the year in their pajamas doing Zoom calls with their cats hanging out in the background. That's what that polish is based off of. Okay, then we have Polish Lilac Fairy. This is a very sheer ethereal polish. When I wore this, I forget if I think I did a combination of raindrops and fairies maybe when I stamped with this, but this is a very pretty sheer ethereal polish. Next time I wear this, I'll probably use undies with it. Oh, this would probably be beautiful together. Oh, I have to try to remember that. Okay, then we have OPI's I Am What I Am with this, one of my very favorite OPI's. This one's Suffering from Ugly Bottle Syndrome. It's just so interesting and unique. Beautiful, I love this one. This one actually, I believe is a spot-on dupe for Zoya's Emerson. They're very, very similar. I had my friend Lisa asked me to compare them for her, and I showed her swatches. I'm pretty sure they were identical. Really, really beautiful. Okay, then we have Bee's Lacquer Unicorn. Beautiful in the bottle. Again, purple and aqua, one of my favorite combos. But this is very sheer, and on the nails, on its own, I did not love it. And then I wore it in a combo, and I ended up not loving the combo. Not just because of this polish, but just the combo in general. I was trying to dupe another polish, and it wasn't to my satisfaction. So because of that, I don't want to say soured, but I don't love this polish on its own. I need to try to wear it one more time over different undies, and if not, I'll probably declutter this in the future. Or I can see myself decluttering it, not probably, but I could see myself maybe decluttering it. Okay, then we have Bettina's Charco Azul. This is so pretty. Again, it's another one of those sheer ethereal polishes that are beautiful as either a topper or in like 3 thin coats, and it's still going to kind of have that sheer ethereal quality to it. Really, really beautiful. Okay, then we have Koki's Wondrous. Beautiful, soft periwinkle, and then it's got little fine silver shimmers. I don't know if it's coming across on camera. I don't think you can see it. And I don't remember if my swatch pictures show off the shimmer, but it's got a really pretty silver shimmer in there. Okay, then we have Glitter Days. You Were Mermaid for this. Glitter Days was one of the first brands that I bought from years and years ago. They're not even a brand anymore. And they were one of the first brands that really had the flakies in all their polishes. Little tiny dainty flakies. Where now flakies are like everywhere. Okay, then we have KB Shimmer Hugs and Wishes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. KB Shimmer has really nice creams. They don't really do creams anymore, but their creams are amazing. Okay, then we have Zoya's Leslie, one of my favorite Zoyas. I've had this for years, and it's like a never-ending bottle. Again, purple and turquoise. It's got a soft kind of sheer purple, and then it's got that beautiful turquoise shimmer, one of my favorites. Okay, then another favorite KB Shimmer Up to Snow Good. Beautiful. Love this one. It's very similar to I'm Smitten, but they're different tones. Where is that one? I'm Smitten, where are you? Of course, like when I'm looking for something, I can never find it, but, well, I can't find it, but they're similar, just slightly different tones. But how it has the kind of soft purple base and then the little tiny cut up flakies and then the pretty shifting shimmer. Beautiful. Okay, then we have OPI's Show Us Your Tips. This one is kind of disappointing. This was from that New Orleans collection from years ago. This was the one standout polish from that collection because it was just so beautiful and interesting. And it's got that gorgeous silver, kind of like, I guess it's just like a silver shimmer, you'd call it. Really beautiful, but then on the nails, it just falls flat. It doesn't really translate as much on the nails. I believe Zoya has an almost perfect dupe. I mean, I don't know for sure because I don't have the Zoya, but like looking at swatch pictures and comparing them, which is why I never bought the Zoya because I had this. But I feel like the Zoya probably has more of an impact than this one. And I want to say it's called like Aspen, possibly. I'm pretty sure it starts with an A. Okay, then we have Zoya, KB Shimmer's Suit the Breeze, another old polish, but love this one. Beautiful, look at that pretty shimmer. So, so pretty. Okay, then we have Bee's Knees Lacquer, I Will Devour All of You. Gorgeous, I love this. Kind of similar in like the same vein as the KB Shimmer. Actually, they're quite similar. I'm pretty sure I did a comparison though, and because I wasn't sure if I was going to get this one. I was talking with Carolina several months ago whenever this was coming out, and I was debating if this was close enough dupe, but they're not, and I'm so glad I got it. They're definitely different, but they're similar. Like, look at the shimmer on that, just stands out. Beautiful. Okay, then we have Blush Lacquer Silver Lining. This one is so interesting. It's got the soft purple base, and it's got tons of pink shimmer, pink to green gold. See that? Like a greeny gold. And then it's kind of hard to tell because the shimmer is so intense, but it's got little bronze flakies in it. So pretty. I really, really like this one. Okay, then we have Sally Hansen's On My Gray. Look at that. It's a pretty soft gray, and it's got kind of like a fine silver, almost like a frosty shimmer running through it, but it really doesn't translate as frosty on the nails. This one kind of, it more looks kind of like just a shiny cream. Okay, then we have a polish that I frankened. This is Reverie, called Nightfall. I got this one on Etsy years and years ago. They're no longer a brand, but it's just this really pretty purple with turquoise little glitters and shimmers. And the turquoise shimmer never stood out well enough for me for what I wanted, and I ended up franking it a couple years ago, and I love it. Really, really pretty. Okay, just have 3 more. So then we have Tonic Polish, Don't Fear the Reaper. Got this one from my friend Laura. Really pretty. I don't quite remember what I thought of this polish. It's pretty in the bottle. It looks like it's got a very jellyish formula, but I don't quite remember how I wore it or how I felt about it. Okay, then we have Believe Beauty Purple Rain. Really pretty purple. It's got that beautiful shimmer. Okay, and the last one for my first drawer of purples is Limited Edition 206 by Emily Damali. This one's got that pretty kind of like taupey purple base, and then it's got that strong bluish shimmer. Really, really pretty. All right, guys, that was everything for my first drawer of purples. Keep an eye out for the second drawer of purples. And then after that, I believe after that, we move on to, I think, my holiday drawers. I have a Halloween drawer, a Christmas drawer, and then I have a neutral drawer, which is like my golds and silvers and whites and blacks and things like that, and browns, a few browns that I have. And then I have my glitter drawers, and then everything after that is going to be all of my untried polishes. So keep an eye out for those videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.